Hey guys, today I'm going to do an audio commentary on a 2 versus 2 Nomad team game that I played last night with one of the guys from my Age of Empires 2 group. This was the last game of the evening. We did a little session, I think we played 4 games or something like that. And then we had some more players earlier in the evening and then the others went to bed and then we had 2 left. So we did this final 2v2 Nomad game. And in this game I'm going to be playing as the Grey Byzantines and my ally is Soggy Socks, and he is playing as the Blue Lithuanians. And then our opponents in this one, we have 2 Chinese players. Sorry, I don't know what their names mean. We have the Red Huns and the Yellow Franks. Now, I wanted to do a commentary of this game because it was quite a clean sort of Byzantines game for me. It was like kind of an easy game as well because I think the opponents are at least 100 elo below me, so that made it, and it's also quite a good civ matchup for Byzantines and Lithuanians because Byzantines are a counter civil, or they're like a counter unit civilization, and particularly when you see something like Franks as a Byzantine player, like, oh, that's easy because you've got 2 easy options against that with your cheap camels and your cheap spears. And then Huns is another one. They're going to be playing cavalry or cavalry archers, and you've got, again, cheap camels, cheap pikemen, and cheap skirmishers against both of those civs. So that's quite a good matchup for us. And then Lithuanians, Croker has usually played Lithuanians, like we were actually having a conversation about this last night. Was previously playing Lithuanians how you would play Franks. He was just playing knights, and he wasn't getting the relics. So he wasn't taking advantage of that civ bonus. And then before the game started, I suggested to him that if he had a safe stone to go into some Latus. And then if you are going Latus against Franks, that's actually very good for the Lithuanians player because Latus has a very good matchup against Knights. So I'm going to go to my view lock and I'm going to unpause the game. Alright, so I just missed the wood line on that with that villager there, but I probably could have put my TC there, but I actually really like this spot in between the 2 wood lines because the wood chopping, at least at the start, is quite efficient. So I'll be able to get lots of villagers on trees next to the TC where they don't have to move. Something that I just wanted to point out, I'm just going to take the view lock off for a second. So my shorefish villager, I've seen a shorefish already, but as you can see, this is an inlet. And then the reason why I didn't build the dock there is because of a previous experience that I had a few nights ago where I was Celts and I built a dock like in a corner like this, and I only had one close deep fish, and then it was a very long distance to the second one, so my fishing was really inefficient. So I've actually walked all the way around to the second one, and then from this position I've actually got 2 close, well, technically 3 close deep fish, so that's a much more efficient dock position. Alright, so I did find 1 sheep straight away, so 1 goose, so I'm scouting around my TC with that. My TC is pretty close to my allies' TC, and we're both sort of towards the south edge of the map, and I guess I'm saying south as in because the map is in a triangle. The one on the bottom right is what I'm referring to as south. So we're sort of both in a southern sort of position. I'm a little bit close to the center of the map. So I put both the villages on trees. Both of those villages will be really efficient. I've actually got a second goose. So already I can see that there's a close deer patch, and that deer patch is close to a patch of berries. So that means that I'm going to have a really efficient mill placement. I can put a mill on the berries, collect the deer from them first, and then go to the berries afterwards. So that's going to be really nice. I haven't found a close goal to my TC yet. There is one to the right, which could be safe, but I think that's the one that my ally is going to take. So here, I think I did see a boar in this direction earlier, so I'm just going to look for it. There it is. I'm going to be pulling that in. So I've gone out a little bit early to get the boar. I've sent my the first villager out of the TC to go and get that. I'm going to bring that in. I'm going to shoot the boar with the town centre. And bring that in under the town centre so it's nice and efficient. I'm going to leave 4 villagers on the boar. I could leave 1 less, but I'm just going to leave the 4. And I found a second boar, which is really nice. I've got a nice sort of town centre spot here, and if I look to the left and to the bottom of my TC, like the direct sort of southwest, I've got a good chance of finding quite a few boars. So I think I'm a bit late to the first house, or the second house here, so I'm going to rush it up with multiple villagers. I might get housed here for a little bit. So I have to get loom because I was a little bit late to the house. I got housed a lot last night, which was actually the last couple of days that I've been playing on Nomad. I've been getting housed quite a bit. And there's the Hun's horse from the enemy player. I'm going to see if I can get that with a TC. I get it, and that was a really big find for me because those bloody things give you so much scouting, and they pick up all the sheep on the map. So that was huge because that's really going to affect. It's going to affect the Hun player's vision of the map, and also probably his potential food that he's going to find. Because if you can pick up several sheep with the horse, you can delay having to make farms in Castle Age, which is a really strong benefit of that scouting unit that the Huns now get. So I'm going to go out to get my second boar. I think I'm getting out my third fishing ship at the moment. I get housed again because I'm late to the third house, so it's not a very smooth start. So I'm going to have probably a Vill Vital TC here. So that's quite a long time to be housed. That isn't good, but it's not the end of the world. Like, you can make these mistakes and still be totally fine. So I'm going to get the fourth fishing ship out relatively quickly here, if I remember to get it. Yep. I've already got loom, so that boar's not going to be that dangerous. I can bring that in to the TC from that distance relatively easily. I'm going to make sure that I get the next house here. I'm just going to not kill the boar and drag it in a little bit closer to the TC. So I'm getting out my fourth fishing ship, and sort of around about this time I need to start scouting with one of my fishing ships to try and find the next deep fish, and also I'm going to need to find a new shore fish for my villager to go to. So getting out fishing ship number 5. I've got enough wood for fishing ship number 6 now as well. No, I'll go for the mill first. So, because I was thinking, since I'm Byzantines, I may as well play a fire ship opening in Feudal Age, because Byzantine fire ships are the best fire ships in the game. And if you encounter an enemy fire ship one-on-one, you're going to win the fight with, like, easily, and do some damage to even a second fire ship following up. So I'm going to be going for that opening. Building another house just to make sure that I don't get housed after those embarrassing double times getting housed here. And now I'm going to take the deer that I've built the mill, and I can send the boar villagers to the mill because I don't have a third boar at this point. That's also quite efficient because the deer are very close to the mill, which is really nice. So I'm going to kill all 3 of the deer and have a couple of villagers. 3, I could probably put an extra one on the one that's a bit further away. So I'm going to go to the right with my dock villager and find a new deep fish, and I'm going to build a new dock. I've started doing 2 docks in the early game, and I think it's been really good for my Castle Age times, particularly if I'm doing a complicated opening where I do like feudal galleys or something like that into a fast castle, or towers into a fast castle. Having the double docks and the extra fishing ships really gives me good food income in Feudal Age. I can see a yellow house there that I've spotted with my goose, so that means that the Franks player is probably over there, or that he just built that house at the start of the game when his villagers spawned. So I'm going to build an outpost there because my mill is a little bit exposed if anything was to come from that direction, so I'm going to go and even double outpost that. I'm also looking to try and find the Frank player's base, and one of the best things about Byzantines on Nomad is that they get free town watch in Feudal Age and free town patrol in Castle Age, which gives you +3 line of sight on your outposts for each of those upgrades, which gives them absolutely insane line of sight in Castle Age from the minute 1 Castle Age as well, and you don't have to pay the TC time or the resources to get that upgrade. It makes Byzantines absolutely superb to play. So now that I'm up to feudal, I'm getting in double bit axe. I'm accidentally queued up a galley. I'm going to queue up a fire ship, but I don't have any gold income at this stage, so I'm going to go out to that dangerous gold. My ally is using his dock bill to bring me a 4th boar. Unfortunately, he loses his bill, but that's going to give me my third boar, and I can drag that into the TC with that villager. It's very good teamwork. I need to send some more villagers out to gold because I need to be able to produce more fire ships, and this is the third time that I've gotten housed this game. This is, again, particularly bad, so it'll be about another vill's worth of idle TC. Or maybe about half a mil. Still not great. First fire ship's coming out. I'm rushing up a market next to my mill, partially to wall off that gap, and also because I have lots of food, but I don't have enough gold. So if I need to, I can sell some resources. I'm actually getting in the gold mining upgrade in Feudal Age at this stage because I have heaps of food. I've got a boar under the TC, so I'm going to have more than enough food to get to Castle Age, but I don't have the gold. So I'm just getting in that upgrade to help me speed that up. I'm going to build the second building now. And then I think I'm going to save, I'm going to go Castle Age. I don't know if I end up queuing up a second fire ship yet, and I'll do a semi-fast castle into fire ship opening, rather than going for the continuously queuing up extra fire ships at this stage. So my ally is currently being pushed off water by red fire ships. So he's already running his fish around, which is not the best thing in the world, but it'll be okay because I'll be able to retake that shortly. And now I've got more than 100 food that I need for Castle Age, so I'm actually going to sell some of that to get the gold to go up, I'm pretty sure. Yep, so I'll sell 100 food. And again, I'm housed. Fourth time getting housed, I think, in this game. So at least I'm up to Castle Age. I cancelled the bill. And I'm going to rush up that house with some villagers. I got really sick of getting housed after this early game opening, so rushing up some extra houses. 3 extra houses. Getting out my second fire ship on the way up to Castle Age. I've got 6 villagers on gold. And there we go, I counted my first fire ship. That's a 1v1 that I'm going to win because of the faster attacking fire ships from Byzantines. Queuing up 2 extra fires from my docks. My ally was able to save, by the looks of it, 6, 9, 10 or 11 of his fishing ships. He's probably just going to redock near his TC once I clear those fire ships up. So I'm queuing up constantly queuing up fire ships from both of my docks. So I'm going to get a few, building an extra outpost forward because I want to be able to see in every direction from my base. Because I'm going for this opening, it does leave me open to like an early Castle Age land aggression. So if that's going to come, I want to know about it. So that's why I'm outposting around my base, because I'm not going to be going for 3 TCs straight away. Because I'm going water, I'm not going to have the wood to do that. So it's definitely worth it to invest in the outposts at this stage. Building a third dock, that'll also increase the efficiency of my fishing ships a bit later on. And then with the outpost villager, I've run into Yellow's base and I've also found a 4th boar. So I'm going to drag that boar to my mill. I can kill that with the villagers near the mill. Up a couple of extra fishing ships here because I've probably got enough fire ships for now. So my ally and I both reached Castle Age just before 1830, and I've built an outpost on that stone. And I can, now that I've got town patrol, I just want to take the view lock off for a second. Look how far that I can see into Yellow's base. That is insane. And then if I had an Ethiopian ally, I'd be able to see back here. All right, so I've encountered some fire ships from the yellow player, so that means that both of our opponents invested into a few early fire ships. I haven't seen anything from red at this stage. And then it looks like Croker's redocks near his base. He's brought all his fishing ships around, which is a good idea. Getting the fire ship upgrade. I'm going to make, I think I end up making like 7 to 9 fishing ships, and I've got a couple of demo ships as well. And first thing when I arrived into Castle Age, I got double bit axe because water's a very wood heavy opening, and you really need wood efficiency in Castle Age if you're not doing an instant 3 TCs or something like that. Getting in horse collar now as well, because I'm probably going to have to make some farms. I mean, I could go into fishing ships. That's something that I could do. So I'm going to kill both of these fire ships with fire galleys with my upgraded fire ship, and I'm going to bring the reinforcements on the way. Even got a couple of fishing ships with it. Still got more fires in the queue. I've got a couple of demos there, but I don't think I'd end up using them. Starting to float a little bit of wood here, so I'm going to, at this point, I think I'm going to go for the second TC. Thinking about where to put it. I'm going to use the berry village just to put it on that stone. That will secure me a stone, and then I can go for a castle. So that player's still in Feudal Age. Easily clear that up. And I'm just patrolling. I don't think I pay too much attention to water from this point on. I can see that there's a red something red floating around near my allies' base. Oh, there's some knights. And then someone's attacking my outpost. Because I've seen the knights from miles away with the Byzantine free town patrol, I'm able to house wall in my gold. I've got some spearmen queued up and I get housed again. But at least after building all of these house walls, I'm not going to be getting housed again after this. Second TC's up on the stone. I'm going to monastery wall that part of the base off. Monastery is the absolute best defense against early knights. Completely shuts it down. It's basically a free conversion. So the knights are running around the side of my base. They're going to Croker's base, getting the pikeman upgrade. I've got a spearman over there already. Monastery's almost up. So he's able to garrison his TC. I'll lose that spearman, but that's okay. Get some damage in the knights. Queuing up some extra pikes, getting out the first monk. Still floating quite a bit of wood here, so I could go for a third TC soon. I'll put those villages onto stone. Trying to find where those knights have gone. Now I'm going to start. So I just sold 200 wood there because I was floating quite a lot of wood. So I was disrupted, having to focus on trying to get those knights. They're just basically doing a circle in my allies' base. So again, heaps of wood. My eco balance is a bit off, but it'll let me go into that third TCE soon. So I'm going to put that on that stone. And then both players have gone knights, so I'm going to get a conversion here on that knight for sure. So I started converting at max range. Get that in. I'm going to lose the monk, but the knight's worth 135 resources, so that's no problem. I'm going to house wall off the gap so that they can't go through there. And I've got some more pikemen coming out of the barracks, which is no problem. I'll just garrison the TC if I need to. No worries. Again, I'm still floating heaps of wood. Getting a few free hits there. I've got 2 pikemen over there, so that's fine. That guy's not microing that, so that's a bunch of free kills for us. Got a bit of idle TC here at the moment. Getting in forging, and there we go. Remember to queue up villages. Need to start making farms or extra fishing ships here. I'm just doing another patrol with my fire ships. So I've almost got the stone for a castle. Just going to make sure that I get some extra houses. Again, my food income's a little bit low. One of the reasons for that is I don't have wheelbarrow. I need to get that in when I remember. And I need some more farms because I don't have the right amount of farms to keep 3 TCs running yet. You need 18 without wheelbarrow, 16 with wheelbarrow. Getting a couple of extra fishing ships to help me spend the wood. Second monastery, and I'm going to be able to get a castle up now. So I'm going to put that castle in between that stone and the gold, possibly, or just forward of it. I can see that there's a couple of knights there, bringing in a relic with the monk. Still a little bit of idle TC because I don't quite have the food income yet to keep it running, so that's okay. That outpost was probably a little bit superfluous. Chase the knights away with the pikemen, no worries. I think I have +1 armor researched on them already, so I've got like +1/+1. To start making some farms now that I've got that castle up. Mainly just wanted to make sure I get the castle up to secure that spot on the map, and then I can defend the left side with military until I get the second castle going. If I end up going for that, just making sure to get those extra farms up. Getting out another monk. If the enemy players are going to keep making knights, I'm going to keep making monks. That's 3 units for me. That deer patch. I can pop those villages on that gold. Use a monk to heal up the pikemen. Getting out a cataphract, just going to run around with that, see what I can find. There's a nice deer that I can take under that TC. You can see that there's a red castle going up there with a ridiculous vision from that outpost. So I'm going to go harass those villages with the cataphract, and I'm going to see if I can get a conversion for monks. Castle's going to go up though, so I need to get those monks out of there. That monk's probably dead. Can I get a conversion? I do get one. Do I get one here too? Yes! Excellent. Gotta love that. Alright, converted 2 monks, got a bunch of pikes coming over. Now I'm getting in wheelbarrow, sanctity for the monks. Still floating quite a bit of wood and gold. And I'm going to build castle number 2 to protect my 3rd TC. At this point, I believe my fire ships have cleared up all of the fishing eco from both enemy players. I wasn't paying attention to it, I just did a patrol. Because I had the fire ship upgrade and good numbers, I expected that I would just win that automatically. I think yellow actually hid his fish in the corner and I never ended up finding them, but that's fine. So my cataphract is still sitting under the base of that castle. The enemy has probably some Tarkans queued up in there. And because Byzantines have a cheap, they've got 33% cheaper Imperial Age, I'm able to go Imperial Age on these resources pretty much. I just need 666 food, and then I think it's like 533 gold, which I've already got. So I just need to buy 100 food, and I'll be able to click up. There we go. Queuing that up behind the ville, getting in a siege workshop. Byzantines have bombard cannons, so I'm going to be making that. Getting in squires for the pikemen. I need to start getting some more food eco now as well. Got pretty good eco upgrades. I've got bowsaw, horse collar, gold mining, and wheelbarrow. And you can see that the Huns player has now transitioned onto cav archers, so that's going to mean a skirmisher switch for me. Instantly queuing up fletching. That'll also give my castles +1 range and +1 line of sight. Making a university. And I need to make some archery ranges now. I'll make those forward of my castle there. Got heaps of gold at the moment. I could probably buy some wood to get some extra. I'm probably gonna need to buy some wood. I'll possibly end up doing that. Getting in Bodkin arrow now. Throwing up that first archery range. To 35 on food. I think I've got a decent amount of fishing ships working as well. I didn't get gill nets, so I probably should have done that, but I forgot. The archery range number 2, queuing up a couple of extra monks. Monks aren't the best units against cavalry archers, but if you get block printing, they have much more range than them, so they can get some conversions. Using the converted knights to harass Ren's eco. Get a couple of bill kills, I think. Getting an elite skirmisher, +1 armor for the skirmishers, getting in handcart, and I'm starting to queue up skirmishers. Now ballistics as well. Imperial Age is almost in. Just going to go for the Treb War on this castle. Queue up a 3rd range. I'm in. Instant trebuchet. I think I buy some wood to get 2. I always have this problem in Imperial Age where I never have enough wood. It's because I don't have heavy plough research and my horse collar farms are reseeding. So the wood is going into those. Getting in bracer. Constantly remembering to queue up villagers. I'm going to want to get block printing in for the monks as well. +2 armor for the skirms coming in. First trebuchet's out. Should be able to start sieging that castle now. And we'll move our units in front of the trebs to protect them. We've got chemistry coming in. We want to be getting out bombard cannons. Also want the extra damage on the skirmishers. Now we've got block printing coming in. Cavalry archers coming forward to try and do something. I don't think we're going to have much luck. Oh, Tarkans, that's some free units for me. Yoink. Yoink, thank you. And then I can use those against the cavalry archers. I could build a 3rd castle here. I've now got 1,000 wood because all the farms are reseeded. I've got 45 on wood. Throw those units forward. Still queuing up monks. Yeah, so the Tarkan's getting villager kills. I don't think the Huns player has all the range upgrades yet. I'm getting in +2 armor for the infantry, the final armor for the archers. Gotta get a couple of conversions here. He runs away. Wuss. Just gotta move those trebs up. Killed quite a few vills with the pikemen and the Tarkans. Pushed him off that gold as well. I'm going to get Halberdier now as well. Halberskirm, I think, is a good combination against Huns here. There's not really anything you can do against that, particularly with monks behind. Just going to camp in front of the trebs. It's up to him to try and stop me from trebbing his base, so I'm just going to wait for him to come. Make a couple of bombard cannons now as well. Still got a few more monks coming out. I've probably got units that are sitting behind the base, getting in thumbering as well. It doesn't really do that much to skirmishers, but I think it gives you an extra 10% accuracy. And I'm now almost at 200 pop. I just need to make a few more houses. I've got a town centre going up, and that'll give me an extra 10 pop space there with that house. Halberdier's in. Plus 4 armour coming in for the Halbs. Casually trebbing away at his base. He's in Imperial Age. Just gonna use the idle military hotkey, getting an illumination. Very important upgrade for monks. It's now that I've been using monks quite a lot. If Civ doesn't have illumination, it's quite annoying because illumination gives you 50% faster faith recovery, so it means you can start converting a new unit faster after you finish converting the first one. It's particularly handy in extended battles. Two-man sword, done a bit of an upgrade check, getting in heavy plough now, iron casting and arson. Just starting to get rid of these ranges and getting up the final few houses for my economy. And conscription, I hadn't even got that yet, but I didn't really need it because I had really good production. And my units aren't dying. I've accidentally queued up some hand cannoneers here as well. I think I meant to queue up skirmishers. Enemy's gone into cavalier to try and kill the skirms, but he's only got +1 armor, so that's not really going to do much. He gets 1 bombard cannon, but 2 of those cavaliers are now mine. And I've converted a couple of cavalry archers as well. Making another castle. I'll probably do with a forward outpost here so I can see a little bit further into his base. He's on Tarkin, Cavalry Archer, Cavalier. That treb on the left is going the wrong way. I think I'm just going to leave that. That's probably going to get picked off. Yeah, sit on front, on top of this hill. Yeah, that treb's gone, whatever. A couple more conversions on those Cavalier when they come around the other side. Bombard cannon's probably dead as well, but that's alright. My monk macro is not the fastest. But half of those cavaliers are now mine. And now that I've got illumination, those monks will be back to full faith in a lot sooner than they normally would be. And I think my ally Croker has killed yellow. Red is pretty dead as well. And he's resigned too. So that was a nice chill game. Pretty easy opening. Won the water easily with no issues whatsoever. And then both enemy players went for early knights as their opening in Castle Age. And Byzantines OP just with the vision and the outposts. So I was able to not lose anything. I don't think I lost a single villager. I lost like 1 spearman or something like that. Pretty good, did a pretty good job with the conversions, and then Byzantines, cheaper Imperial Age, smooth sailing from there. Alright, I think that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching guys, and I hope you look forward to the next video.